we take a look at what the next step is after you have that discovery phase, or maybe in the future we're able to pick from that menu and kind of order what we would like.
Yes.
We move into that build and deploy phase. And so can you share a little bit of how you envision this build and deploy phase changing, and kind of maybe where we're at today and how that evolution will take place?
Yes. So this is also very interesting. Today, there's basically a wall between the discovery phase and the development phase, development, testing, deployment, the scaling phase. And that is a document called a PDD and SDD. So a document where you basically, a Word document very often, where you describe the requirement so that the people that have done the discovery phase can then hand over the requirement to the technical people who will be doing the deployment. So as you can see, as you can understand, this is a very inefficient way of doing it, right? Trying to move away from a fully digitized environment into writing, a document and then handing over to someone that has to very often reinvent the wheel. This is something that is very inefficient. We believe that that menu, those use cases that will help client identify what they need in the discovery phase, those use cases will be fully digitized, and they will be fully digitized, I would say, all the way down to the code that is required for a developer. So I am not saying here that everything will be, simple drag and drop. I am not saying that, they will be, let's say 80, 90, 90% of the development that is leveraged. What I am saying is if we have a fully digitized use case and we get rid of this Word document, this PDD, SDD, that is actually very inefficient, and we connect those use cases, the underlying task of those use cases, all the way down to the piece of code, the store from a given vendor, the GitHub repo, some objects, some libraries, I believe that we are going to increase the efficiency, reduce the development time, and at the same time, I would say increase the standardization level of those bots, right? So this is also something that we see happening a lot. When you ask a COE how they develop bots, the focus right now is to get the requirement, to develop the bot, and to basically come up with a working bot. The amount of leverage across the bots, the amount of standards, the amount of objects that are shared across the bot is typically not a focus today. So not only this is very important for the development, for the testing, for the scaling to optimize how we do that phase, it's also absolutely critical for the run and maintain phase. So my view here, just to close on that very important phase, is that we are going to allow people to quite easily leverage libraries and objects and stores by having fully digitized use cases that are pointing to the right piece of code that needs to be leveraged, instead of right now allowing people to reinvent the wheel over and over again.
And I want to encourage everybody to make sure that you're making your way over to OG's LinkedIn. He's got a little seal of approval that he's putting onto all sorts of intelligent automation stuff, so you know that it's the good stuff when you're out on LinkedIn looking for more information. And we're not done with our conversation either. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll be releasing kind of some videos that help you put some parameters around this idea of what's on the menu for digital transformation across different industries. So make sure that you keep an eye out for that. But thank you again so much for joining me today, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
If you're looking for expert tips on how to get started with your transformation, or looking to hone in on your approach, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to catch our weekly Digital Transformation Talk series, where we interview experts from around the world on how to make it happen.